So what worked for me this year? What felt heavy or misaligned? How I want this year to feel? What progress looks like over the year? Hi, welcome back. Today is January 1st, 2026, and I'm so glad to finally say that. Looking back, this is going to be my reflecting back on my 2025 and what I'm looking forward to 2026 video. So I'm going to talk about my goals, my intentions for the year, for the month, even January, but also a lot of going back to seeing how my 2025 went and what are some intentions that I would want to do for 2026. I have my planner here and I created my own because I am a therapist and a lot of planners that are out there don't fit like what I need them for. So I created my own planner. So I'm going to be putting all of this in here. And I'm obviously going to take all of this out first. So I'm also going to be doing this today. I need to get rid of a lot of things that I have built up in here. And then set up my new planner. I have like all the things that I need. Here, I'm going to show you. I have like these, what are these, stationary not bobby pins, oh my god, like I forgot what they're called, but they're gonna be for my new planner. Have these sticky notes that they were so cute off of Amazon. I have these where I'm gonna put all my sticky notes in here. Another one is that. I have more sticky notes that I would be putting in my planner, as well as pens that I got. And I got the planner, like the dates that my planner's gonna go into. So yeah, so I have all of that ready to go for my planner. So let's remove these things. Okay. I'm gonna take off these ones as well that I have in here. And let's see, oh, I have a lot more. I still can't shred some of these things, and some of these things I still need for the year. And I'll explain a little bit more of my planner and how it looks like. But let's see. Okay, these ones I need to delete. I need to take off some of these little stickers that I have on them. But yeah, I'm gonna put this to the side because that's gonna be my planner. And then I just have some like stickers in here as well that I can put in my calendar and things like that. My planner really needs a good clean. But yeah, this planner, I actually bought it when I first went to Paris in 2021, I believe. And it's lasted me for a very long time. Although you can see a little bit of like the discoloration here of the gold. But yeah, it has lasted me. Okay, so I got my little microphone because for some reason my camera has not been working with audio. I've recorded things and my video has no audio. I have no idea what's been going on. So I just put my little microphone. Hopefully that helps. But yes, so the first page, and what we're going to really focus on this video with my yearly intentions, one. And I'm going to go a little bit more into detail when I go through this. And then here's my 2026 year overview. Literally the whole year on here. And then I just have like a calendar, like a month of, or they're the same, but a month of, so that I can put these in the planner as well. And then I have my monthly reset. This one actually I'm not going to do today. I'm going to focus on the year one. But this one's going to be for a Sunday reset video that I also have coming up. But yes. And then I have those things. And then I have a weekly intention one. Basically, this one is It's life and work based. So it like talks about what matters most in my work and well-being this week. Caseload themes or client needs, patterns, emotions, and themes, things like that. Admin and documentation priorities list. So like here I have my admin documentations, everything that I have to prioritize. And then my self-regulation. So like one thing I'm looking forward to this week and reminder for the week. So this is what I'm going to do for each week. And yeah, it's a lot. And then the weekly planner that I have here that I'm also going to focus on. I didn't print out a lot of them because I don't know if I'm going to use all of this, honestly. And I want to make sure that I do before I print like 6 months worth of it. So we're going to test it out for the month of January, see what I use and what I don't use. And then we'll print out more if I need to. This is admin overview. So I do have a therapy business as well as top of my regular therapy full-time job. So I need to keep up with everything. So just administrative work that I need to do. So like what business areas need my attention during this period, like things like this. And then my supervision overview. I am a supervisor. I supervise students and associates. So what associates mean is they haven't gotten there. At least in California, you need 3,000 hours to be able to sit for your testing, for your licensure testing exam. So during that time, they're supervised by a licensed therapist. So I have a supervising overview. Basically the week, the day, type of supervision, was individual, was a group, who was in there, what themes emerge in supervision, what are my responsibilities as a supervisor, all those things. So yeah, thought that would really help me get more organized, honestly. And then this is what I'm more excited about, my clinical overview. So my clinical day overview, basically like my schedule of what sessions I have, my session notes to complete. So every day I have lots of notes, so I need to make sure that I complete those. And then admin follow-up. So like, do I have to follow up on an email that's really important? I need to write down, make sure I do it. So things like that. And then like energy boundaries in life, low, medium, or high. One boundary I want to hold today. This is also going to include like my doctor's appointments days that I have. So things like that. It's not just going to be sessions. So yeah. And then I have notes back here, just in case I need to write certain notes or things like that. But yeah, I need to set that up. So let's put this inside here. But I need to get these things first, like in the order I would like them to be in. Okay. Monthly reset, and then my weekly intention ones, my weekly planner, which my weekly planner would just be like important things that I have to remember that I have to do for that week. My admin overview, and supervision overview as well. And then the last thing would be my clinical overview day. These ones I pulled them out because these are going to be more for like monthly stuff. So it would go on my next month one. Okay, so I'll put this in here. And then I need these ones, which like I said are my month dividers. So I'll put January obviously here first, and then I'll put the rest in the back of this ones. And yeah, and once I know that this is working for me, I will make sure that I print at least up to 6 months worth of planner, and then I feel like I'm ready. But like I said, we're gonna focus on the yearly goals So I think I'm just going to take it out so that I have enough room to just write on it. But like I said, this is my yearly intentions. So looking back, what worked well last year? For me, I have to take a look at this and see what actually worked for me last year. So looking back, what worked last year? And obviously that's 2025. One of the things that did help last year, last year, well, we're still in 2025 when I'm filming this. It is December 30th, no, 29th. But obviously this is the January 1st video. So what worked for me this year was being honest with myself with the limits I do have. And what I mean with that is I put way too many things on my plate and I realized I can't do that anymore. It wasn't beneficial for anyone. And I was just like, go, go, go. And I think my body was like, no, like, stop. This isn't happening. And I think as a therapist, I should know better, right? Like you would think. But we're all humans and we don't know any better. And a therapist is not better than anyone else. Obviously, we don't know better. And this is something that I really need to remember. So, being more honest with myself about my limits. That is one intention, definitely. Learning more about my own health. This year, I was diagnosed with stage 2 liver disease. Well, actually, they first thought it was stage 3, and I was freaking out. I mean, I'm freaking out, but I was freaking out because obviously that's one step closer just to liver cirrhosis, stage 4. But no, they did like a whole biopsy and everything on my liver, and it was stage 2. Still scary, of course, but a little bit more manageable, I think. The liver is an organ that you could like get it back to like normal stage. It just takes a lot. So I think that is something that I learned this year, that my health is a priority for me. It has to be. I don't have a choice either. And it has to be a priority for me. So I definitely need to prioritize that again this year too. But this year itself, it just kind of made me stop too. And this is where I said that my limits, I need to understand like and be honest with myself about my own limits. And my health really helped me do that. It wasn't if I want to, it was you're gonna have to slow down. You're gonna have to meet your own limits. And that was hard for me, honestly, because I'm someone who likes to go, go, go. And I couldn't do that much. And I also have ankylosing spondylitis, which affects my joints, affects my spine, everything. So when I have really bad flare-ups, I can barely get out of bed. So that in itself is huge. And yeah, I really need to start taking my health really needs to start taking priority next year. Alrighty, second one is what felt heavy or misaligned? A lot, if I'm going to be honest. I felt like I was being stretched too thin. That for one was a huge thing for me. Another thing, obviously, this is a financial, channel. So carrying financial stress was another huge thing. And I will definitely go into that a little bit more in my next video that I have. But yeah, that has been a huge thing as well. Like with school debt and all of that. Yeah, that has played a huge role in it too. Another one was pushing myself when my body needed rest. That for one is a huge thing because I've always, I don't know why I do this to myself, but it's like, I keep telling myself, you need to go, 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 continue going. And my body's like, no, you need to stop. So my body and my mind are just not cooperating at the moment together. And definitely is something that it needs to just, I need to do something about it in the new year. Because I am, like I said, my body needs rest, and I feel guilty, like I should be doing something, not just laying down. And it gets to the point where I can't even get out of bed. Like in the mornings, and this is every morning, it takes me about 30 minutes to an hour to fully be able to feel like I can walk, because that's how bad it is, the pain. So yeah, so definitely something I need to work on. And the other one is just pressure to have everything figured out. And I think, again, it goes back to my health and I feel like 2025 for me was a huge health year. And, gonna have to start IVF this year too, right? And knowing, or in 2026, and knowing like how is IVF gonna affect my health? Like all these things, the whole year I just kept thinking about that, and I kept thinking, no, it's fine. But I kind of left in the back burner where I'm like, it might not be fine. So just figuring that out needs to take priority. So yes, so pressure to have everything figured out is a huge one. Okay, now this year, focusing on this year, how I want this year to feel. I think there's 3 words that have come to mind a lot when I was thinking about this question. And I think it's supported, steady, and intentional. Those are the things that I want to live on in 2026. Those are my 3 words that I'm going to focus on this year, or 2026 year. Okay, my anchor intentions for the year. My anchor intentions for the year, the first one would be support my health in a sustainable and compassionate way. Definitely need to do that in 2026. I just need to be compassionate about myself, and I can't feel guilty and thinking I only want to be laying down. No, that's not it. Actually, I don't want to be laying down, because even laying down hurts me. So just move around, do certain things like that. The second one is be intentional with my financials, and also be compassionate as well with my debt. That is definitely something that I need to follow and be my anchors. My third anchor is going to be creating routines for myself. 2025 was not a routine year. It was wake up whenever I wanted. It was working out whenever I wanted. That does not sustain myself. I'm also going to most likely get a personal trainer, because I need some accountability, but I also need routines. I cannot live my life without a routine. And I started off the year great with routines, and then boom, I got told stage 2 liver disease, and then kind of everything was just like downhill from there. So yeah, definitely creating more routines throughout the year. My other question for myself is, what progress looks like over the year? And this was a huge one. It made me think a lot, honestly. And I think it has to be gentle and movement. Definitely being gentle with myself and having consistent movement. Regular financial check-ins. I still budgeted throughout the year, but I didn't do a great job on checking with myself in to see if this was still working for me, to see, do I need something else to align with what my goals are? And definitely having to do that now. Having financial check-ins is very important. And the third one is going to be having slower mornings, but with the routine. I don't want to feel all rushed and waking up, working out, getting ready, leaving, breakfast, all in between. No, I want slower morning, which means I have to start waking up a lot earlier than 8 a.m. And that's not going to happen overnight. I need to start little by little introducing that into my body. So yes, but slower mornings and intentional nights, because I tend to get home like at 8, or when I do have a 7:30 client, finish like at 9, and then I'm like, okay, shower and sleep. I don't really decompress. So I need to do that. So slower mornings and intentional nights. Okay, so now challenges that may come up. We all have to think of these. These are our barriers that will stop us from doing what we actually intend to do. So I think one of this for me could be fatigue due to my liver disease and my ankylosis. That is one thing that I know will happen, and I think that is why I'm getting a personal trainer, because they know how to align the workout routine so that on days that I do have a flare-up, I can still do something, just not hurt myself. And I think that's what I was doing. I was working out, but I wasn't doing things that were beneficial for me. And I think that's what kind of hurt me and stopped me from working out. So those are something that I need to do. So fatigue, that would be one of my challenges, fatigue related to my liver disease. Another will be financial pressure for myself to do this. So yes, financial pressure. And I think the last one is just balancing everything, balancing work, life, fun, everything. That can be a challenge because you need to learn how to balance all of this. There's times when we are not going to know, and there's times, of course, that we're going to be like, I just can't today. Today is just going to be all work, all life, whatever it is. But knowing that that's going to be a challenge, balancing all of this out. The next question is how I will support myself this year. Definitely flexible routines, structure flexible routines. If I have a flare up, I know that it's okay to have flexibility that day. I'm not going to push myself that day. So that is some huge boundary that I'm going to be having, the way that will support myself. Clear boundaries at work and when I'm home, definitely having that. And one of the things for this is, I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in next videos or so, but I am moving to a 3-bedroom apartment, and that's going to help a lot because I'm going to have my own office now. My office right now is in my room. And so I said 3-bedroom, moving to my 2-bedroom apartment. I don't know what I'm thinking, 3-bedroom. Moving into a 2-bedroom apartment. And right now, my office is in our bedroom. I don't have that clear boundary. So now when we do move into a 2-bedroom, I'm going to have an actual office space where I know when I shut that door, I'm done with work. Right now, it's like I'm sleeping and I think about work. So that's going to be a huge one for myself too. Yeah, I think that those are two of the support myself this year. The last question, what I'm letting go of. And I think that's very important because I think we all need to let go of certain things that are not beneficial for us. So my all or nothing thinking, definitely something to let go of. Do you all remember when I said my audio was not working very well? And then I went to get my mic. I don't know what happened, but the last part of my video there's no audio. So I'm here to kind of go back again to what I was doing there. So, taking out my planner and opening up to that page. Okay, so as recap, all or nothing thinking, that is one thing that I need to let go of in 2026, or at least try to let go of. The second thing is comparing my timeline to others. And I think we're all very guilty of doing that, of seeing people's progressions and like, this is what I'm doing and it's great for them, but we know that also that is not our timelines. And that is something that I need to remember. I cannot compare myself to other people. I need to start doing what I tell my clients to do all the time. The third and last thing that I'm going to try to let go of in 2026 is feeling guilty for slowing down. I think this goes back to everything I've talked about my health, slower mornings with the routine, all of that, and making sure that I don't feel guilty for doing those things because I know health-wise I need that. And also to have more of a balance, like I need to rest. So yeah, those are the 3 things that I'm going to try to let go of in 2026. Looking back at this video when I was editing, I was like, yes, like those goals definitely align with what I want my 2026 to look like. But please comment down below, what are your 2026 goals? What are you thinking of doing, letting go, reflecting on 2025? What worked, what didn't work? I really want to hear from you all, and I hope the questions that I asked are some of the questions you want answers to for your own self. So thank you so much for watching, for liking, for commenting. Please continue subscribing, and I will see you all on my next video. I hope you all have a great new year. Bye.